investigators accuse him of helping orchestrate a violent ambush inside a Tampa apartment.
Man.
According to investigators, the victims were lured to the residence, brutally beaten at gunpoint, robbed, and the entire attack was allegedly directed through a group chat and a live stream.
Well, I'm just saying, bro, the full story apparently is that he got robbed and then he went back to rob the robbers, but got the wrong people. If you're going to do something like that, you got to whack them. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I just tell you how it is. If you're going to rob somebody and they're civilians or you have something to lose, you got to smoke them. Because if you don't, this is going to happen and they're going to snitch on you and you're going to lose your $1 million contract.
Arnold wasn't physically there beating up anyone or kidnapping anyone, but he was outside in the vehicle apparently telling his friends what to do. And this is all over $250,000 of stolen property from his Airbnb, but this guy made $10 million in the last 2 years. Was this worth it? I don't know. I'm going to read the full details. Let's go. The preliminary investigation revealed that Arnold rented an Airbnb in Largo, where he periodically stayed with the co-defendants Hilton, Williams, Hughes, Hudson, DeVal, Rindazzo, and other friends. So everyone on the screen right now were staying at an Airbnb, along with a bunch of other random people. Now, on February 1st, multiple items of personal property belonging to Arnold and others were stolen from the Airbnb. So it sounds like someone broke in and stole their shit. Arnold suspected that 2 of the 3 victims were responsible, but Tampa police investigators later determined they were not involved. What? I don't know if this was a random.
It's stupid. The man is stupid, bro. That just means you were mad, you was blue, you lost all this money, you lost all this jewelry, you were like seeing red, you're like, oh my God, I gotta get my money back. Somebody's gotta pay for this. And you immediately took it to some street shit. See, here's my problem with athletes, entertainers, even regular everyday people. They want to blur the lines between streets and civilian life. They think they can just hop in and hop out whenever they want. Once you cross that line, you're that. You can't be an athlete, then do some street shit, then try to go back to being an athlete. No, you're a street nigga now. So you gotta face the consequences of being a street nigga. And you gotta think with your head. He was thinking with his emotions, and they got his ass locked up. And you know what he's doing now? He's in jail with a suicide vest on. He's got the S vest on.
Random break-in, and they found a gold mine of this NFL player's Airbnb and stole all this shit, right? Or if it was like a party and they were just there and stole shit, you know what I mean? Like if there's 50 to 100 people in this house and then they stole it, who knows? But they weren't involved. So the victims of this kidnapping and robbery weren't even the ones that actually stole anything. Insane. On February 3rd, Arnold, Hilton, and Hughes and another individual reported property loss to the Largo Police Department that totaled more than $250,000. So that's why they're so mad. $250,000. I think it's like jewelry and shit. That same day, Arnold and Hilton coordinated and directed DelVal and Rindazzo, I don't know if I pronounced his names right. I never know if I'm pronouncing names right. I'm sorry. To contact one of the victims and lure him to their apartment. All right, so here's the official court document of the alleged kidnapping and robbery now. On February 3rd, 2026, this person right here, Daniel, is a victim. I'm just going to call him Daniel. Was contacted via text by Jasmine, asking him to come to her residence. Boakai, Hilton, Jasmine, Ariana, Lindell, and Christian Williams all joined in on a group chat. This document was filed months ago because remember,
stupid do you gotta be in 2026 to be committing a crime and then have a group chat where y'all conspiring and talking about doing a crime? Did we not just look at Little Dirk and all these people get their group chat leaked? Are we not watching the news and watching all these trials of people going to jail for murder, robberies, extortion, all this crazy stuff? And they're literally using the stuff that... They're using everything as evidence. They got phone locations, messages, calls. They didn't even know what you said on the phone without a wiretap, and y'all niggas still using phones. Like, it gets to a point y'all just want to go to jail.
All these other people on the screen were arrested months ago. Terrion was just arrested.
Oh, they
snitched.
snitched.
Knew of him, but they didn't put him in this document yet. Terrion is being accused of being the primary conspirator, accused of coordinating and directing the co-defense to lure the 3 men to an apartment where the assault occurred. I think Terrion was also in this group chat. Within the group chat, Hilton gave directions to all the co-defense regarding luring Daniel and the actions to take when he arrived. Hudson, armed with an AR-style rifle, and Christian Williams, armed with a black semi-automatic handgun.
Oh my God.
The apartment hid within Ariana's bedroom closet. So these 2 boys on the screen right here climbed into a closet with guns, waiting, like
back door,
ready to beat these guys up for stealing all their shit. This is
also side note, this is why you don't go to a woman's house, you know what I'm saying, on the first link. Always have a girl come to your crib or go pick her up. Like, you got to do things a certain way. I know it's unfortunate because ain't nobody really trying to think about this, bro, but if you stay in an apartment and you got a doorman, you should be good for the most part. But if you got an apartment, I mean, you got a house or a townhouse, you got to go pick her up, or tell her meet you at a certain location, then have her follow you, or you pick her up, turn her phone off. I'm sorry that we got to go through this, but you can't trust these women in 2026. These hoes will set you up. There's only like 3 people that know where 2 people actually that know where I stay at. My homie and a girl I flew out here, and I had to give her my address so she would feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, no one knows where I stay at.
Daniel T., Solja Anderson, and Jan Lopez, the 3 victims right here, drove to the residence around midnight. Upon arrival, Daniel and Solja went upstairs to the apartment located on the 3rd floor. Ariana advised the co-defendants that were in the closet that victim Daniel was at the door. Boakai Hilton inquired of co-defendant if he had his weapon. How do they know these details? Is there snitches?
Yes. Yes, there are snitches. You know, we already know that they're snitching because they caught all these other people before they got Terrion. So basically, they got the other people. They got the other people to flip under pressure, snitch, and now they're including Terrion in it because they got the evidence. So Terrion is done. Terrion is cooked. There is no coming back for him. He's done. He's going to prison.
I know what Hilton said. Daniel T. and Solja were greeted at the door by Ariana. Once inside, Daniel asked Ariana where Jasmine was. Ariana advised co-defendant Jasmine was not home. Okay, so they clearly all know each other. They're lured there because they know each other. I feel like these 3 victims were at a party at the Airbnb, and that's why they're accused of stealing this shit, right? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Daniel began looking through the apartment for Jasmine, asking if Ariana was alone. Daniel entered a bedroom looking for Jasmine, with Ariana and Solja Anderson following behind. Daniel opened a closet door within the bedroom, at which time Lindell Hudson jumped out the closet, pointed the rifle at him, grabbed him, and began striking him with his hands. Christian Williams also jumped out the closet, held Solja at gunpoint, and battered him. Jeez.
Yeah, it got nasty.
Jan Lopez, still within the vehicle, became concerned for his associates and went up to the apartment. Upon getting up to the 3rd floor, Lopez could hear a commotion and loud yelling come from the apartment and entered through the wide open front door. Lopez entered the bedroom, was pistol whipped against the head and battered by Christian Williams. Ariana sat on the bed and utilized a live stream to broadcast the confrontation with her phone. So I think this is a FaceTime call, the live stream. Terrion was on this FaceTime call too. And he was in this group chat, but he's just not mentioned yet. Right. Jasmine and Hilton joined the live stream to watch the direct actions against the victims. I think Terrion also did too, because he obviously physically was not there. And
right.
Lindell Hudson and Christian Williams continued threatening and battering all 3 victims for nearly an hour while demanding to know where stolen property was located.
They on some little boozy shit. I pistol whipped him for an hour straight. He just batting him with that fire, batting him with that fire, batting him with that fire. Now that's crazy though. Like for an hour straight, you know, like an hour feels like a lifetime when you under the arrest. They got guns to your head. They trying to see if you know something and you really don't know something. So now they think you lying. So now they trying to overly do their part. And it's just, nigga. Then they also like pointing at you. They hitting you with it. They punching you. They kicking you. They spitting on you. They doing all types of. You don't know what these niggas. They put hummus up in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy for an hour straight. I know he was like feeling it. I know he was feeling it, man.
So there's the kidnapping. I mean, they were kidnapped before that, but an hour, that's insane. During this time, Hilton gave directions to Ariana to turn the camera towards the actions occurring and to get closer so he could hear what was being said. That the victim's property should be taken, for the co-defendants to get the passwords out for the victims for their respective phones, and to continue to hold the victims within the room until Freddie Hughes arrived. Okay, so Freddie Hughes, another person that was arrested, and I don't have his mugshot anywhere. I don't see it public, so Freddie Hughes arrived at the apartment and joined Lindell Hudson and Christian in battering the victims with their fists and feet, threatening them with death and placing a firearm within Jan Lopez's mouth, putting all 3 victims in fear of their life. Forcibly holding them within bedroom against their will to facilitate the commission of a felony, to inflict bodily harm, and to terrorize them. 3 defendants stole their wallets, phones, jackets, cash, and jewelry belonging to the victims, totaling $62.60. At 2 a.m., Daniel was escorted out of the apartment, so they went in at midnight by Freddie Hughes, who had armed himself with a semi-automatic firearm. Jan and Solja were forced from the bedroom to the living room. Solja observed Boakai Hilton standing within the living room wearing a pair of yellow pajama pants. Jan Lopez was escorted out of the apartment by Christian Williams, who was still armed. Solja Anderson was escorted out of the apartment by Lindell Hudson, who was still armed. All 3 victims were forced into their vehicle and they fled. So bizarre. They let them all go. They obviously didn't have intentions to kill them.
Yeah, they had to let them go. They had no intentions of smoking them. This just goes to show that just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you're smart. Because he could have, like, bro, you could have just filed an insurance claim, called the police. You could have just, you know, did some endorsements, whatever, got that $250 right back. You know what I'm saying? I would have rather you went on your Instagram story and started promoting weed brands from Cali. They got instant, you know what I'm saying, secure pack dropped off. and get the 250 back before you did this stupid ass shit. I don't know what's wrong with him, but them niggas need Jesus because they're gonna get sent up the road. He's also getting dropped from the Lions. Like he's never playing football again. He's done. He's going to Henry Ruggs.